Razabat of IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm delighted to have with me on Zoom today, my man, the knowledge, Mr. Spencer Fearon. Spence, looking sharp as always, loving the shades, loving the shirt actually as well today. What's going on?
Thank you very much, man. I just thought I'd offset everything. I'm at Art Baguette Spirit Studio. So, I mean, I'm just about to do an interview with these guys, but you know, when man like Raz hollers me, you know it is. Got bare love for you. Alhamdulillah. God, let's scare people now. Let's scare them.
The love is mutual, brother. The love is mutual. Spence, before we speak about what I really want to speak about this whole shenanigans with the heavyweight division, just very, very quickly, MTK's very own Josh Taylor becoming the undisputed champion only after 18 fights. How impressed were you with Josh's performance?
I was very impressed with his performance because I didn't think Ramirez was going to give him such a hard fight. And I'm saying the props has to be with how Ben Davison, who gets a lot of stick, you know what I mean? And if he is a PT trainer, you know what I mean, I'd sign up for £50 an hour with him because what Ben did, he made adjustments in that fight. But also, we've got to keep it real because only his second fight with Josh, we have to give a lot of credit to Shane McGuigan, who was the foundation. So let's be real. And I'm just keeping this thing 100. I've got to prop Shane as well. But I mean, fair play to Josh. Everything, me and Tundi did a fight along. So everything that I was screaming that he should do or how to change up things, he did, and he came out on top. And it's just a wonderful thing because I know him. And forget about the bravado that you see him come fight time and all the rest of it. He's a very, very nice guy. I got a lot of time for Josh. So I have to big him up. You know what I mean? That was an incredible, incredible win. And remember, ages ago, I was telling everyone that I thought that this guy could become an all-time great. And I was saying this 2 years ago. Now, in the time of the four belts per division, he's the first to do that. Like Ken Buchanan famously did it in 1970 when he beat Ismael Laguna, who's a fantastic fighter from Panama. And the Ismael Laguna was the guy, right? But Ken Buchanan was the guy. And Ken Buchanan beat him and he won the WBA and the New York State Athletic crown. And then it got changed to the WBC. And he absconded with that and he just stayed with the WBA. But I could go on and talk history all the time. And then people get bored. And no, as you know, you can look around here. There's no box records all up here, son. All right?
Spence, how important has that amateur pedigree been for Josh to enable him in just 18 fights to clear out his old division?
The amateur pedigree was important, but there were guys who were far more superior than him in the amateurs who hasn't achieved as much as he's done now. But the thing about it is this, is like his mindset was on point. I remember when he boxed Dave Ryan a few years ago, I thought this guy was good. But when he made O'Hara Davis quit, and it's not me taking a dig at O'Hara Davis by his own admission said he quit, right? He made O'Hara Davis quit, right? Where I knew that guy could fight, man. From then I said, this guy, yeah, he can fight. And then you go see on the other fights they had, was it Barachek, the Ragaru fight. You know what I mean? From that, you know, this guy's a real talent. And it's really cool as well because when you're watching these fights, you try to be as totally unbiased as possible because he's MTK and I'm with MTK with the foundation. You try not to be, but it's very difficult not to be biased. But to tell you the honest truth, I was being totally unbiased and I gave the first 4 rounds to Ramirez. So like I'm saying, I gave the first 4. Ramirez came to like have it and it was proper. I'm going to show you something. And he was doing that, but it was like how Josh acclimatized to the body shots that were hurtful and sucked it up and changed the game plan, which was told, and then he administered what he was told from his corner. Yeah, I like that, man. Good fighter. Really good fighter. And I'm going to say again that I believe that he can become an all-time great.
Just last one on Josh. Where do you see his future now? Obviously, I know he's cleaned at 140. Does he go at 147? Teofimo Lopez has talked about going up. There's Terence Crawford talk as well. What would you like to see happen with Josh?
Well, to be real, there's some great fights. I know that Teofimo Lopez is going to move up eventually. You know what I mean? That would be a great mega fight. I also know that, you know what I mean, if Gervonta Davis is successful in his WBA regular title challenge, then that would be a fight that that's mouth-watering as well. I'll be looking forward to that. So yeah, there. And you know what? And why should he call out Terence Crawford? The only thing is this: he'd have to acclimatize to the 147. And even though you're saying, Terence Crawford started off as a lightweight, Terence Crawford was very, very big as well. And Terence Crawford, I would say we have to say the number 2 pound for pound in the world. But Josh ain't far behind, because I got Josh in my rankings. I got Josh at number 5 rank. So yeah, I mean, call it on, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's an exciting time. But big up Josh Taylor. I've always been an admirer of the guy, and like I always like when I buck him up, because we have some serious chats as well about boxing. Cool guy.
The heavyweight division was spoken about for a number of months. The biggest fight in the division looked like it was made. Joshua Fury in Saudi Arabia, August the 14th. Everything was finally agreed. Fury puts a video out and says, it's done. I've just spoken to one of the princes in Saudi. He's confirmed the money's fine. Everything's fine. Let's go ahead. And then the glass breaks. Spence, what have you made of everything?
Number 1 is this. And the winner is Al Heyman, right? And also, I'm just trying to say, like, Eddie Hearn recently said that he smells a rat. Yeah? And boy, I don't think he's smelling a rat. I think he's smelling Bob Arum, right? On the real, I'm just keeping this thing 100. Listen, Eddie Hearn got played like Sega Mega Drive. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn got played like it was Sonic the Hedgehog and I'm jumping through the rings and you go, right? He got played, bro. And that's that. And Eddie Hearn should be fuming. But you know what? There's an old saying in Jamaica, right? And my Jamaican brethren will understand. There's an old saying that not everything that is made to talk is good to talk. You know what I mean? So hold it down, because you know what? It's never done until it's done. You know what I mean? And maybe on certain things, and that's going to be a learning thing for Eddie Hearn. It's going to be a learning thing for Eddie Hearn. But seriously, he got played like Sega Mega Drive, my friend. Trust me. And I'm not talking I'm talking back in the day where you had the wire that had to connect to the thing, yeah? Right? And you had the cartridge that you had to push on top. And if it weren't playing, you had to take out the cartridge and blow it. That's how we got played, bro. I'm just being real. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Eddie Hearn's still the guy at the thing, but if you know something is going to arbitration, and it was the same judge that did the ruling for Lennox Lewis, you're not going to win that thing. That is it. So, what you didn't know is going to arbitration? What? So, Bob Arum didn't know it's going to arbitration? And Bob Arum is a lawyer, not a former lawyer, because once you bust the bar, you're a lawyer. You may not be practicing, but you're a lawyer. It's all up here, son. So therefore, don't try and tell me that they didn't know. Somebody knew. And that's that. And they kept they kept the cards close to their chest. They said, to hell with it. Boom. It seems like when Tyson Fury months ago was saying, boy, it looks like I could fight Deontay Wilder. John Fury said a long time ago that the fight weren't going to happen. Right? He didn't feel like the fight was happening. And so it is. You know what I mean? So it is. End of the day is this. I do want to see a unified heavyweight champion. I really do. Right? It is something that we haven't seen since Lennox Lewis did his stuff against Evander Holyfield. Right? I do want to see that fight. But end of the day now, it's like sometimes we got to forget about these alphabet boys and say, listen, Larry Holmes, all-time great, was never undisputed champion. Think about it. You go through the list on a roster of men. Larry Holmes was one of the greatest ever do it. He was an undisputed champion. So sometimes we're putting pressure on, you got to be undisputed for you to be the recognized guy. No, whoever wins that fight's the undisputed champion in my eyes anyway. And that's what it is. So hopefully Tyson Fury could come out victorious against Deontay Wilder, which is not a foregone conclusion. You know what I mean? Seriously. If Tyson Fury's mind is not on something, he doesn't perform to his best. He's my bet be on the job for Deontay Wilder. Right? And then Joshua's got to take care of Usyk. which I believe he will take care of Usyk. Even though Usyk is a pound for pounder, I do believe that Joshua, bigger and a stronger man, I think Joshua could deal with Usyk, but then we'll see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And we have to sit down and wait patiently for the next move. But you understand?
Let me ask you, were you surprised how quick, when the announcement was made that Fury has to fight Deontay Wilder, how quick both fighters signed their contracts?
No, because like I said, this is chess, not checkers, bro. Swear down. So something was going on. That's what I'm saying, man. We go talk about the classics. This was like Streets of Rage, bro. That's what it was. And I'm talking Streets of Rage 2, not Streets of Rage 1, Streets of Rage 2. This was Double Dragon. You remember Double Dragon? Don't muck around with them games, man. This was Double Dragon up in the place. You know what I mean? And this was Street Fighter when it first came out on Nintendo and everybody was buying the Nintendo. This was Mike Tyson Punch-Out. Come on, man. Somebody, you know what I mean? Somebody got played. And there's no surprise. What? Bro, seriously, I promoted, not to them levels, but I promoted 2 days to go lock down to Vegas. Come on. Don't take me for an idiot. I'm not a mug. I swear down. It is what it is, man. Long live the game is hyped.
Spence, let me ask you about, I know there's a lot of videos been surfacing recently about Deontay Wilder training now with Malik Scott, almost seeing him throwing more combination punches, more body punches. What have you made of his latest videos online that we've been...
No, I think it's good. I think it's excellent. I think he's trying to add something to his game, finally. And whereas him and Malik Scott are their mates, even though they fought each other, and Malik Scott got knocked out by a phantom punch. I'm saying, right, Deontay Wilder must punch really hard because the breeze of the punch don't lick the man and knock him out. But that's another story for another day, right? But you've seen the fight, Raj. You've seen it, right? So listen, I can't fault Deontay Wilder for implementing change. You know what I mean? Was it Howard Wilson, the former British Prime Minister, said, "He who rejects change is the architect of decay, for the only human institution that rejects progress is the cemetery." So if Deontay Wilder didn't implement change in his life, you know what? He's gonna dead. And he's showing like, right, I've got life in me, I'm trying some things. And if he does come up second best again in the Tyson Fury fight, no one could complain and say that he didn't implement change. Because I used to be very critical of Deontay Wilder and saying like, right, you've got sturdy men around you, like Mark Brewer, that you could be learning from, and you haven't adapted because you think I could just turn up and just knock out, man. And it hasn't worked for him on certain occasions. On certain occasions when he fought Tyson Fury, it didn't work for him, right? But now he's implementing that change, so I've got to congratulate him for that. Irrespective of what happens, I've got to congratulate him for that. And he's trying to learn. Even more congratulations to him. Because a lot of people think that I have some dislike for Deontay Wilder. No, I have this dislike for his lack of fighting prowess and mental aptitude to the game that I love so much. And you not paying homage to the greats. So I see him trying to do that now. So I have to salute Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury is never going to be an easy fight for him, though. That's going to be real.
Spence, would this be one of the greatest losses to British boxing if we never see Fury Joshua?
Of course it would be. I'm just going to be, of course, in this day and age, of course it would be. It will be, I mean, it's bad enough that the fight's not happening in the UK, it's happening in Saudi Arabia. Bad enough. I'm going to be real. Yeah, they're making money financially. This fight should be at Wembley. All right? Let's just be real. You know what I mean? For the economics that it would do for our country, yes, it'd be fantastic. But you know what? It's going out to Saudi Arabia, and it is what if, because them two both got to win their fights. But we take it from there.
Spence, last question. I know you said only a few minutes, but final question. Announce, surprisingly, no one knew about this. No one knew this fight was being talked about. Manny Pacquiao, 8th division world champion, 42 years of age, hasn't been in the ring for 2 years, taking on arguably right now the best fighter in the welterweight division. What do you make of that fight?
Listen to me. Errol Spence is going to lose. All right? And I love Errol Spence. Errol Spence is of Jamaican descent. I love Errol Spence. He's going to lose that fight.
Wow. Right?
Manny Pacquiao, when you're saying 8th division world champion, and out of the 8th division world champion, he's been lineal champion in 5 of those weight divisions. All right? And it seems like Manny Pacquiao just don't get old. You know what I mean? Swear down, I'm telling you, in Manny Pacquiao's house, he's got he's got a picture that's becoming decrepit, right? That's what it is, right? We know the thing, right? So I've got him. I was speaking to Mickey Bay, the former IBF lightweight champion who works with Devin Haney. We were speaking to him last night, and he was saying, "Boy, you don't know neither." I said, "I'm gonna just break it out for you." Errol Spence is gonna lose that fight, and there's a reason why Manny Pacquiao opted to take the Errol Spence fight over Bud Crawford. Styles do make fights, and I'm just saying, if Errol Spence can't bang him out, that goes points. You think he's gonna get the decision? No way he's gonna get no way. I'm telling you, Errol Spence is gonna lose that fight. I'm being here.
Well, we will certainly break that fight down as it gets closer, Spence. Always a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for giving me a little bit extra of your time as well today. I know you said 5 or 10 minutes, but we've gone a little bit over, so I appreciate that.
Come on, man. It's cool, man. It's cool. Keep doing your thing, Raz. Yeah, I mean, big up IFL. You know, it goes. MTK Global Foundation. We're still pushing forward. ESPN Plus. So peace, 2 fingers. I'm out. Peace and love, yeah? Assalamu alaikum.
Spencer Fearon, IFL TV. Thank you very much.